Hey, Cody, give me a big smile. There you go. Hey, yo, welcome in to CHGO Bets Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO and you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. If you want to see the picture I just took of Cody, follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me, as always, is Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. You can follow the Bets account on Twitter at CHGO_Bets. I have a declaration to make. We always talked about how this wasn't a betting advice show. We're not going to give you advice. We're not going to be giving you good picks, right? We're trying to win for our own sake. We have our own bank. Someone was saying, why are you wasting your time on $2 bets? Well, I turned $2 into $5, into $7, into $40, and then I lost it all. And that's the fun of gambling, folks. I'm not trying to give you, I would feel bad being like, hey, you should put $100 on this. Because that's your money. That's your decision. I can just give you stats and the way I'm leaning. But the heater that Cody Delmendo is on is truly next level stuff. We should get Cody a hotline, an ad on some of these sports radio stations that are 4 minutes long. Hey, Capper Cody has the best 60% locks of the week. Last week, 90% of his locks hit. My wife left me yesterday, but people keep calling, and this is the business. And Capper Cody, what's his bank up to, kid?
Oh, man. $617.
Jeez.
Feels good. Now, I would, I got to give a lot of credit. I'm going to give credit to the Jets. I took Jets money line. I took Jets plus 3.5 against Mitch Trubisky and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And on Saturday, I took TCU money line. TCU plus 5. TCU money line was plus 180, by the way.
That's awesome.
And the over-under was 69.5. Nice. And it hit in the third quarter.
They murdered Oklahoma.
It was glorious. I don't think I ever had more fun watching a football game because I knew I was going to make so much money off that one game. I had 3 separate bets on that game alone. In the 12 o'clock noon slate on Saturday, I went 7-1, and the one loss was Iowa plus 10. And that's why I'm never betting Iowa spreads again. Iowa unders the rest of the season.
I fade them. I would honestly, I think I'm going to bet against Iowa. I hate watching Iowa football. Iowa football should be punishment.
Yeah.
All right? Alex Jones is currently having that Sandy Hook trial, and he's saying horrible, horrible, awful things because he's a horrible, horrible, awful person. What they should do is lock him in solitary confinement for 25 years and make him watch Kirk Ferentz coach the Iowa Hawkeyes to a 5-6 season each and every year. And then after those 25 years, he should have to restart it all, and just make him do that until he dies.
Yes.
But Iowa football is an eyesore, and do we need Iowa football anymore? These are the questions I'm asking.
That said, I'm going to Illinois, Iowa on Saturday. I can't wait.
Go ILL.
I had a great college football Saturday. I had a great NFL Sunday. I think on Sunday I went 15-8.
Yeah, what was your record this weekend?
41-25.
That's insane.
41-25
Right.
and that's from Thursday to Monday Night Football.
62% win percentage. That is like elite gambling shit.
All
62% win
all
percentage.
$10 bets.
So none of them live? What do you? Was it all? All rolled.
I would have made
parlays too.
I would have made more money if I, 1, didn't do any parlays, and 2, if I didn't do any live bets.
Okay.
So if there's anything I need to improve on, it's to stop doing that.
Right. I have learned that the best thing that I can do is just pick one bet and put $10 on it. That has been the smartest thing that I've done for my bankroll and my betting. And I think I got to stay away from live gambling as well. I've had some nice hits, and oh boy, those are the best hits. The live hits are the best hits. But man, I think what we need to do is lock our phones. We need to give them to our girlfriends after we place our bets for the day. Just, honey, hold this. You can't give this to me because I'll make bad decisions.
For instance, on Sunday, I go to the gym after the Bears game, and I'm on the treadmill trying to sweat out all my alcohol I inhaled on Saturday.
Amen.
And, I'm watching Patriots, and the Patriots in this game. I took Patriots plus 9.5. Easiest win of Sunday was Patriots plus 9.5. And then, they took the lead in Lambeau Field, and it's mid-third going into fourth quarter. I'm like, holy shit, Bill Belichick's going to do it again. And then what happened? They didn't. I actually cashed out, but I was able to salvage like $4 of my $10. But again, if I don't even do that, then I don't even lose that other $6. You know what I mean? Like that's my problem.
You want to know my bad beat on that Packers Patriots game? I was up to 48 bones, buddy. All right, 48 bones. Let's flash my bank again. I'm up to 1989. Shout out Taylor Swift. I used to work at 101.9 The Mix, and they had little prize packs, right? Here's a little free sticker. Here's a little lip balm, right? Yeah. You know, and what one of the prizes was a 1989 tour, like a little a sippy cup, and I stole that shit for myself. That was the greatest thing I owned, and then I broke it. It was the saddest day of my life. It's like $25 on eBay right now. Yeah. Electronic Bay. And I'm not going to spend 25 bones on that. That's ridiculous. Yeah. But I was up to $48. I put 28 of them on Packers -6 because Bailey Zappi was in. I said, Brian Hoyer's concussed. A perfect time for Aaron Rodgers to be the greatest quarterback of all time, like Herb Lawrence wants to trot out and say. He couldn't even beat Bailey Zappi by 6. Yeah. Like, what are we doing? This guy is clearly on drugs and has admitted that he's on drugs, is a psychopath and cannot play football. And he is also in that Kirk Ferentz territory where I just can't bet him unless he's going up against the Bears.
Well, the Packers are definitely going through this transition without Davante Adams right now. Like, I think we're really learning how much Davante Adams made Aaron Rodgers look great. That said, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not... He threw a pick 6 on Sunday. That was the first, interception I think he's thrown of the year. And he doesn't throw a lot of them. I'll give him credit doing that. But, yeah, I mean, when you don't have your elite receiver that you had the year before because you're going to be selfish and demand all this money, then, that's what you deserve, man. But, again, they're a team that I think that will ascend later in the year. He's too great. I'm with you. I hate him. But they will get right before the end of the year.
Shout out Jack Jones, though. That pick was sick. I mean, that dude made an athletic play, just burst on that ball, and he made a crazy catch on that too. He looked like a wide receiver making that play. Bill Belichick's gonna have that guy playing both ways next week.
Did you end up betting the Bears game?
Yeah, I won $40 on it. I put a $7 parlay, 3-leg parlay. Khalil Herbert over 75.5, Barkley over 80.5, and then over 6.5 in the first quarter. Nice. And Daniel Jones scored a touchdown. Bears had a field goal. They had 10 points in that first quarter. I turned 77 into 40. So I was happy with that. I mean, that was an easy read. I've been reading the Bears games fairly well. I don't know what the fuck's happening against Minnesota. I don't. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to Friday's
right now. I'm not looking. I don't know yet. But I took Saquon over 100 plus yards at plus 210.
210?
Yes.
Oh, that was easy.
And I had Herbert over 75.5. Barely hit. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
And
well, when they
and I had the under.
It was the under was easy. Yeah. The fourth quarter, he was at 60 or 55 rushing yards, Herbert, and I was like, there's no way he gets it. And then what do they do with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter? They run the ball, and he gets 76 up to 76 yards. I was like, holy shit, Matt Eberflus, I hate you as a coach, but let's go. Yeah. All right, let's get into some of the bets that we have. Cody, congratulations on this heater. That was absolutely great. We need to be out by 2:10 is what Steven just slacked me, but I just saw that on the screen.
So we have 20 minutes.
So we have 20 minutes, so let's go. Connor, our Toronto affiliate, said, we bet in Blue Jays. I knew I liked you, Sean. I like you, Connor, but I'm not betting the Blue Jays.
That's
Cody.
Me.
Is riding a Blue Jays bet. So what is your current Blue Jays number that you got them at? 16?
Okay. It was at 13. And if you've been watching this show since the beginning of time, I had a $25 free bet. It's been sitting. The bet on the Blue Jays to win the World Series has been sitting in my points bet account all year. It sucks that I have to look at it every single day.
Oh, you want to see what sucks? I'll show you some bets that suck because all my Cy Young picks are still in there. You want to see that? Oh, also my Juan Soto ones. Next MLB team will Juan Soto play for if traded. Chicago White Sox at plus 15-1. That's a no. Juan Soto. Take this out of my account. Juan Soto if traded to the Cardinals at plus 650. Dylan Cease to win Cy Young at plus 900. Yep. Josh Hader to win Cy Young at plus 40-1. Clayton Kershaw to win Cy Young at 20-1. Carlos Rodon to win Cy Young at 20-1. That one for 5-105 was a great bet, and it sucks that he's not there. Here's the worst one. Most regular season receiving touchdowns at plus 33-1. Who did my dumbass bet at 3 a.m.?
33-1?
Allen Robinson.
Oh, yikes. Well, anyway, I had a $25 free bet. Put it on the Blue Jays plus 1,300. way back in like March. So 25 to win 325.
Oh wow!
If the Blue Jays win the World Series,
that's nice.
I'm a Blue Jays fan this postseason.
You doubling down? I mean, they're at plus 15 to 1 right now.
I ain't gonna double down. I mean, I don't really. I'm a little scared they're gonna play the Mariners.
Yeah,
and, you know they're in this first round matchup, so I'm a little scared. But again, it's a free bet, so I mean, I guess if I were to make another bet, you know, like we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at the odds right now. Right now, Dodgers are the favorite at plus 350. Astros second favorite at plus 375. You can hit the Braves at plus 500, Yankees at plus 550, Mets at plus 900, Blue Jays at 15 to 1, Cardinals at 20 to 1, Padres at 25 to 1, Mariners at 25 to 1, Rays, Guardians, Phillies at 25 to 1. Sorry, Guardians, Rays, Mariners, Padres are at 25 to 1, Cardinals at 20 to 1, the Phillies are at 28 to 1. Jack saying, I'm a Braves fan this playoffs, and let me tell you something.
I don't blame you, man.
Folks, when the Braves were down 10.5 games, I said, there's no way they're going to be 10.5 games back. They're going to be in the playoffs. I mean, this team's great. They're getting Ozzie Albies back. Look at all this pitching that they have. Look at these young hitters. And I saw a World Series winner 11 to 1. And I put $5 down to win 75. And then that $5 turned into $5.89. And I said, ooh, I could turn that to $10. No, you can't, dummy. So I had a great bet. And I turned it into a shitty bet.
If only you had like waited until like, I don't know, September.
Right.
Maybe you would have already doubled that.
I just waited. It's called ADHD, folks, and executive dysfunction. My brain wants it now. That's why future bets don't work for me. So I might stay away from this market, Cody. But any lines that tease you, because I mean, you got money for days.
Yeah, I mean,
Mariners at 25 to 1.
Yeah,
I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
they're better than the Padres, Rays, and Guardians. They have great enough pitching. I think J-Rod in the last month has an OPS of 111. Like they have a star, and I think that they get enough from everyone around them. I'm not saying it's a surefire bet, but out of all of these teams, like I don't trust the Yankees at 5.5 to 1. I really don't trust them.
Yeah, 550
on that. I don't trust the Cardinals. No offense to Connor, I don't trust Toronto as well. It's like I think the Dodgers and Astros.
They're hot or cold, right?
I think the Dodgers and Astros are great bets. And you get those for plus money. So if you're not trying to overthink it, just take the Dodgers. They won 111 fucking games this year. They're pretty damn good. And they've been there before. But as we've seen, they've only won one World Series in the past. Since 2011, when they've been really great. So I do think that, we've seen the Rays have kind of an underdog run. I think the Mariners give me that type of energy. I think they have an easy first round matchup against the Guardians just because they have that top tier pitching, and I think they can have those home runs that you need to beat the Guardians. So I'm down with the Mariners at 25 to 1.
Well, the Guardians are playing the Rays the first round.
Whoops, my bad.
Yeah, Mariners are playing the Blue Jays. That's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a
tough
five-game
one.
series. Yeah,
that's gonna be a tough
one. All right, as far as World Series, the Phillies sticking out to me at plus 2,800 only because they have the pitching and they have the offense.
They have no defense and no bullpen.
I'm with you.
You betting on Dave Robertson?
I'm just saying though, first round matchup, they're probably going to play the Cardinals. It's going to be a lot of offense on that one. So I think it's a little bit of a toss up there. Then they're going to play the Braves. They've been playing the Braves all season. Both teams know each other very, very a lot. Like, again, it's the postseason. The MLB postseason is such a crapshoot. Anything can happen. The 2019 Washington Nationals are a great example of that. Now, and the only reason I say the Phillies is because they're starting pitching and their offense of homer.
Well, that's the thing is like, Connor saying the Guardians could be a sneaky World Series pick. Jack R has mentioned that before. They don't get enough homers. Like the Phillies, you got Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber. I mean, that's like 80 homers right there.
I was just telling Steven before you got here. I was
Reese
like,
Hoskins too.
Yeah, well, that's a good name too. But
JT Realmuto, I can name all of them.
This is going to be one of the rare times where a team led by Bryce Harper is a massive underdog, honestly. Not necessarily in this first playoff series, but just in the playoffs in general. Like all those years he was in Washington, those teams were one of the, they weren't ever the full-on favorite, but they were definitely had higher expectations to do something in the playoffs. This Phillies team hasn't been in the playoffs for over a decade, and here they are. And I don't know, like, things get weird in October. So at plus 2,800, I'm not putting the house on it. Maybe a little sprinkle, a little $5.
You know what I'm getting tempted on, Cody, here? I just realized you talked about the series and the matchups. Like, we can actually pick the series as well. Right now, if you go to the PointsBet app, tap the menu on the side, you can go to MLB Playoff Series Future, and you could bet on the series winner. Right now, Seattle Mariners and Blue Jays. Blue Jays to win that series at minus 170, Mariners to win at plus 140, Rays versus Guardians to win that series at minus 125, Rays at plus 105, Padres Mets at minus 180, Padres at plus 150, Cardinals at minus 140, Phillies at plus 115. What I am now tempted by, Cody, is you could put together a 4-leg parlay, which I shouldn't do, but also you can get it at 10-1 odds, and I picked Blue Jays, Rays, Mets, Phillies. I think you make a great argument for the Phillies, at least to be able to win a series. I think they can out-homer the Phillies. The Phillies have one lefty, so Albert Pujols is negated whenever they throw out Zach Wheeler. I think the Mets are an easy winner. The Padres will crumble. Sorry, Herb. Against the Mets. The Mets have too good of pitching. The Rays, I think, will be able to out-homer the Guardians. I don't think the Guardians have enough firepower. And then the Blue Jays and Mariners, I'll take Vladdy and Bo Bichette. I think over the Mariners. I mean, J-Rod's been great, but I don't know if they have the guys. And like Connor said, they lost Haggerty, and Winker was bad and also on the IL now.
Yeah. I mean, it's very interesting. I just
$20 can win you $239.
Of the favorites in the series, the only one that I'm like, I'm going to definitely take them is the Blue Jays, just because I like their team just a little bit more than the Mariners. But like Cardinals, like they should beat the Phillies, in my opinion, but like you just never know. And Guardians, like everyone knows it, like they had no business being in the playoffs this year, and here they are somehow. Sorry, Sean.
Okay.
I don't. The Mets, I know, like people in New York are freaking out because they should have won the division to get this bye, but like they still won 100 games. So like I feel like they're gonna at least win a series. I don't believe them Padres, not yet. And I know Juan Soto's not had the best second half either. If Juan Soto turns into 2019 Juan Soto when he was with the Nationals in the postseason, then you might change my mind there. But still no Fernando Tatis with that team. Their pitching's good, but like I don't know. I'd rather put my money on the Mets, but minus 180, I don't like that. So, and I don't even like the Blue Jays at minus 170, but that's the one favorite that I'm like,
that's why parlay, baby. Give me parlay. Give me big odd. Give me big odd. Give me big money back.
I mean,
come on. I want money.
The one beautiful thing about MLB postseason, it's always a crapshoot. Like we've already said it basically a few times. Like the Dodgers, they're so great year in and year out, but have one World Series.
Right.
One World Series, and it was the Mickey Mouse one where they only played 60 games that year. So, yeah, this Dodgers team this year is insanely better than any of those other teams. But what's the fun in betting them at plus 350 or whatever it is? Now, I will say, if you really do believe that they're going to win it all, bet it now, because the farther they go, the odds are going to get worse.
It's plus money. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You can get the Dodgers.
You really believe the Dodgers are going to win? Then take it right now. Hell, if you really believe they're going to win anyway, like you probably should have taken it back in April or March, because I bet those were probably the best odds.
Right, and that's the thing is like if I was going to bet the Dodgers, I would have bet them opening day. But I don't want to bet the Dodgers because that's boring. I want the Mariners to win. This football season, PointsBet's bringing you a better way to bet live on games. So we're going to give you bets for Thursday. So when you're watching, you can place a live same game parlay. You can bet on the next drive to be a touchdown and cash out your live second half over bet. With PointsBet, you have access to more live football markets than ever before. Build the perfect live same game parlay by combining your favorite bets anytime during the game, including spreads, totals, player props, and more. And choose the next outcome of the next drive and next points with PointsBet's Lightning Bet. So whether you're on the move or on the couch, do it live on PointsBet. PointsBet's latest ad is a gentleman on the toilet placing bets. So even when you're on the John, you can bet on PointsBet. Download the PointsBet app today. You could do it while you're on the toilet and use code CHGO to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. If you're somebody who has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling and referral services. If they're using it on the toilet, they probably have a problem.
I guess I got a problem. I've done it a few times.
I have a problem too. Let's talk about tonight's locks, and we'll also get into Thursday night football. Our next show will be on Friday, and we'll give you our big college football locks locks and our Sunday pick of the weeks. But Cody's got picks for tonight. The confident two.
Yes. All right. SMU. I've kind of said it on other shows last night on CHGO Cubs, and I kind of made an appearance on CHGO Bulls. It was a weird moment. But anyway, SMU money line plus 125 and SMU plus 3. You can take both like I am, or you can just take one because you're not as big a degenerate as I am. But the reason that I like SMU, and they're on the road at UCF, and I always tell people the 3 points, that is basically a toss-up, and you're basically making the favorite whoever the home team is. That's basically what those 3 points are. SMU, let's go over their schedule. SMU lost to TCU, not last week, because TCU was beating up on Oklahoma, but 2 weeks ago. So they're coming off the bye. All right. They lost to TCU by 8 points at home. All right. Week before that, they lost by touchdown to Maryland. Week before that, they beat up on Lamar, wherever the fuck Lamar is. And week 1, they destroyed North Texas. So the last 2 games, they've played
Beaumont, Texas is where Lamar University is.
All right. Well, SMU, their last 2 weeks, they've played Power 5 schools. A really good TCU team in Maryland, and they lost by less than 10 points to both of them.
Right.
UCF, they have played Georgia Tech, Florida Atlantic, Louisville, and South Carolina State.
Georgia Tech has fired their coach and is probably one of the worst Power 5 schools outside of Colorado.
Absolutely.
Louisville sucks.
I don't think Louisville sucks, even though they couldn't cover 14 against Boston College last week. But
Louisville sucks.
They're an okay team, but they lost to Louisville by 6 points, and a large majority was because of the second half where Malik Cunningham just kind of took over, and UCF's offense could not get anything going against.
They scored 14 points.
Right. They couldn't. Well, there were points in the first half, but it was the second half where things just didn't go well. At least I'm pretty sure, from my memory at least.
Right.
Anyway, 14 points against Louisville. Not great, man. But
who Louisville's beaten? UCF and USF. USF sucks this year. UCF, not impressive. And the losses, Syracuse, Florida State, and Boston College. They have not been competitive against ACC teams.
And clearly, I mean, again, you put up 30-some points up against TCU, and you put up 27 against Maryland, both Power 5 schools. To me, you got to take SMU here. They're coming off the bye. They've had a week to prepare for UCF. You got to take SMU. Got to take SMU. I would not trust 3 points for UCF here.
There's some great analytics threads and advanced stats over at Stats O War, at Stats O War on Twitter. Parker, he's the host of the Purple Theory podcast. He's got the projected points for SMU at 33.3, for UCF at 34.9, and that just tells you right there that the line of UCF -3 looks bad, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that SMU line, I mean, they should be able to cover that line. And I think if they're playing that tight of a 1 point game, it's basically a pick 'em. You're getting plus money. It just is smart betting. And that's why I'm taking it as well. SMU money line. You've talked me into it last night. Cody's won a ton of money. I'm not doubting him on this one. Cody, this is where I'm at, right? This is where I'm at right now as a gambler. Go Ponies. All right. Let's ride, Mustang ride.
Yes, baby.
We're the Mustangs from SNU. Give a cheer. And the lyrics are going too fast. I don't know the lyrics to the fight song. I don't know the lyrics to that. But we're going to tune up the fight song, and they're going to score 35 points on UCF.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over under 64, you tempted at all or no?
I just don't know if if UCF will be able to have fun too.
Right.
I think SMU's going to have fun.
They might drop 40. I like betting teams to score 40 points. SMU to score 40.
Yeah, that's not a bad play. All right, we got 3 minutes, so let's go over Thursday Night Football really quick.
Sorry.
I'm just start off with I love the under. The primetime unders are 9-3 in 2022, folks. I mean, I keep saying it, I keep tweeting it. Take the under on primetime games, and I'm taking Broncos -3.5. The reason I'm taking Broncos -3.5, Jonathan Taylor out for the Colts. Colts also look kind of fraudulent this year so far. They beat the Chiefs, but then lose last week. I don't understand. And now without having Jonathan Taylor, and they're in Denver. I hear it's going to be 40 degrees, altitude. These are the conditions for the Broncos. And because of those conditions as well, I like the under because they're used to playing in that. But the Colts play in a dome.
Yeah.
All right? So that's another reason why I like the under.
Under's dropping, too. It's at 42 right now.
Yeah,
so
yes.
43 is a
I
great
got
number.
it. I took it at 43.5 literally Monday night laying in my bed after celebrating all the winning I did this weekend. So
we get it.
Yes. And then I have 3 props. 2 of the 3 I really like, but I wanted to throw in some plus money for you guys. Alec Pierce over 35.5 yards receiving. It opened at 26.5 and has moved all the way to 35.5. Michael Pittman, he's gonna have he's gonna have Patrick Surtain all over him. So that's opening it up for Alec Pierce, who the last week 4 catches, 80 yards on like 6 targets. So he's kind of becoming Matt Ryan's number 2 receiver. And speaking of Matt Ryan, I like him going over 33.5 pass attempts because Jonathan Taylor is out and Nyheim Hines is basically a pass catching back. I think he is going to I think they're not only do I think they're going to be down most of the game, I think that he's going to be put in a position where he's just going to have to throw the ball more than 33 times.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I'm going under Matt Ryan, 33.5 pass attempts. I'm also going under Russell Wilson, 32.5 passing attempts. I just think it's going to be a running game. I mean, both of these teams stink, and Matt Ryan gets killed behind that offensive line. I mean, that offensive line needs a ton of help in Indianapolis. I think they'll try to figure out anything they can to find offense, and I think the only thing that will be able to work is either a short passing game, like you're saying, or running the ball. So I'm going to go Matt Ryan under 33.5 passing yards. When he's outdoors, he usually averages about 36 a game, but I think that's dropped the later and later he's gone in his career. Also, he's 43-40 outdoors. Indoors, he's 60-32. So I would definitely take Broncos money line if you really just want to lock, because I think Broncos win this game.
I regret not getting it at 3. It opened at 3 and now it's at 3.5, so that hook scares me a little bit. But
it's at plus money, plus 100.
Yeah, I did get it. I did get it at plus 100, so that's nice. But I would have liked to get it at 3 just in case, because if the Broncos only win by 3, I'm going to be livid. I'm going to be pissed off, Sean. So
yes, I don't play.
Yeah. Also, a few other trends. Under is 4-0 in Colts games this year, and the under is 3-1 in Broncos games. Both of these teams, they're bad on offense, but they're great on defense. But I do think the Broncos' offense is getting better. They did play better on offense against the Raiders. So we'll see.
Steve's going to kill us. Under 43.5 is what we're going. Even under 42. I like that as well.
Shout out to Jabari, who said this is his favorite podcast.
Jabari is our guy. Follow Cody on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Thank you for doing MLB Futures with us. Thank you for doing Thursday Night Football and Wednesday night college football action.
SMU, baby!
We'll be back on Friday. The only thing I have to do on Friday is do the show. So this might be a long one, folks. We might be talking NFL. Might be talking college football. I might be depositing a little bit of money into the sports book.
Whoever our producer is, we got to go an hour at least on Friday. We got to go an hour.
Prepare yourself for a big one on Friday. But we'll be back with you on Friday when we're millionaires. Because, I mean, shit, Cody's like fucking right there. I mean, if Cody's going to turn 600 to 12, 12 to 24, 24 to 36, Steven, you could just end this 36.